Seraphin! The shout echoes through the ship, reaching you in the cockpit. You see the angle of Seraphin's head change, but he does not respond otherwise. Did you hear that? Seraphin says, yes, I heard. He looks back at you. How about you go see what they want? They called you! Seraphin shrugs, busy flying the ship. Seraphin, you recognize his voice now. It's Bliss. Moments later, they come into the cockpit. Is no one listening? They look between the two of you. I guess that means one of you was guilty. Bliss shakes their head. Come on, you need to see this. I think I got it. You follow the irritated Bliss through the ship, down into the cramped storage unit tucked between the main ship and the hull. As you enter, you are greeted by total chaos. Amber globs of liquid ration float in the air and cling to the walls, while chunks of dried food spin slowly, breaking into crumbs. See? Bliss fumes. Someone opened up one of the supply crates and left it like this. They point to a crate in the storage netting with the lid pushed open. You look at the mess smelling out from the crate. What could have done this? Right, who? Yeah, may as well. Fact. Another neutral icon, lovely. You take a moment to pick through the food and find a torn open patch of liquid rations. Pardon me. Oh, I'm making so many noises tonight, jizz. You turn it in the light and see a set of evenly spaced gashes at the edge. Looking at the chaos, it's hard to imagine a person doing this, especially one of your crew. Bliss puffs out their cheeks. I need a break from the ship. They look at you. Help me tidy this up. You spend the rest of the journey packing the crate away and disposing of the spoiled supplies, but as you do, you can't help but wonder what actually happened here. When you're finished, you take one last look around the storage bay. As you gaze around the now cleared space, you have the same feeling of being observed by unseen eyes as you fall in the tunnels of Holmes Rock. As he brings the ship into Wellspring's docking ring, you notice a rare tension in Seraphin's piloting. He jerks the stick a little too hard while the docking bridge extends. I could easily make a joke about that, and a proximity alarm goes off. He curses under his breath. You okay there? Just fine, Sleeper. He keeps his eye on the monitors. I'll get Bliss to look at the lateral thrust control. It's a little sticky. That's not what I mean. Seraphin doesn't respond, but you see him grip the rig's controls a little tighter. As the ship stops, Wellspring, a Lotus Syndicate-controlled ice asteroid. As the ship stops, the docking bridge is connected. You lean forward and look out of the cockpit windows, trying to get a good view of the icy surface of Wellspring below. The harsh, gleaming ice gives way to the steep side of the cut, the asteroid's one city. It glows and scenes with warmth, and peering down into it, you cannot see the bottom. Beyond along the horizon, you see the terraces of the pithead, where the current extraction effort must be taking place. Seraphin runs the shutdown sequence and he unclips from his seat. He turns back to you, a flinty look in his eye. I'm going to head down to the cut. I've got a few leads to follow up on. You get the sense he isn't asking for permission. Let me help. You can check out the scene if you want, but I'm not following along, Sleeper. This is my child to follow. Before you can respond, he pushes past and glides out of the cockpit. You turn and watch as he pushes past Bliss in the doorway. I missed something? Bliss shoots you a look. He seems even more irritable than usual. I may as well just tell them he's looking for his sister. Bliss raises an eyebrow. Family trouble? They'll explain the irritation levels. I would recommend they zip up their jacket. We go after him before he pushes past someone that pushes back. Agreed. You done that? At least Lane's unlikely to come out here to pick a fight with the Lotus Syndicate, Bliss shrugs. Oh! Okay, they wouldn't say that. And by they I mean the game writers, but also Bliss, because you have non-binary pronouns. But they wouldn't say that if it wasn't important, so maybe Lane will just not follow us to the Wellspring, I don't know. They turn and head towards the airlock, whistling softly as they do. Eugene comes out of side door as Bliss passes. He stretches and squints at you. Permission to find a bar down there? He grins. Just joking, I know I don't need to ask. He winks and follows Bliss. I'll wait with the ship. Junu's voice echoes through the thin interior of the wall corridor. I've got archiving to catch up on. She pauses. There's nothing older than 1,000 cycles on that snowball anyway. Wellspring, the base of the Lotus Syndicate. As you look out across its icy surface, you remember Millie, the captain whose ship you saved and for whom you surveyed the ice asteroid. Oh yeah, that dude's doing okay. Ooh, train. You also remember how that job went. Sorry. That might be one of the most autistic things I've ever done, like seeing that thing go into the dark, like, ooh, train. You also remember how that job went. You wonder if Malik was able to negotiate the release of the Springtide, his ship, or if he still resides on the far spindle. You hope it is the latter. You hope it is the latter because you doubt he will be best pleased if your paths cross once more. Yeah, I don't think he'd be happy about the fact that I didn't successfully do the thing he wanted me to do. I should come clean to him about it, but I wonder where he is. You sigh. At any rate, without a pilot, it doesn't look like you'll be moving on soon. Time to go to the Wellspring. Oh, sorry, go see Wellspring. Where can I go? Ah, there's a big old trade thing, like... Oh, holy shit. More to this place than I thought there was. But yeah, it's a bit like the fucking... A bit like Ouroboros. Like the World Serpent. The Wellspring cut. Is that someone dug deep into the ice? Act like a local. The cut is full of the Logic workers, which makes for a brash and bold atmosphere. You'll need to be the same if you want to explore. Hack Logic comms. Sure, you could wonder, but the Logic Syndicate runs this place. Surely you can learn everything you need to know by tuning into their chatter. And in the cut, dirty, wet, and thriving, the title of my autobiography, the cut is a layered industrial city that is as intimidating as its inhabitants. May as well. I don't think Liz going with this one. Oh, fuck yeah. 2 rolls? That's what we like to see. Amazing to think this place supplies most of the belts of water. Bliss looks across the cutwater at the workers in their distinctive yellow gear. No wonder the Syndicate runs it like a corporation. You look at those gathered in the low-ceilinged bar, gathered around cushioned couches and low magnetic tables, their voices bouncing off the metal walls. Pardon me, all of them wear Logic clothing. A mark of their status as contractors for the Belt's most powerful syndicate. Ugh. Ooh, trapped wind. I am so sorry. At the far side of the bar you spot Eugen, perched at a magnetic table with a bunch of miners. He appears to be playing some kind of local dice game, although given the amount of alcohol involved, it's hard to tell if gambling or drinking is the focus. You look back to Bliss, who is watching another group, quietly discussing something serious in the opposite corner. Let's get the job done. Bliss turns back to the bar and sips their drink through its metal straw. Well, that's the thing. I've been looking around Chasm Row, searching out components in the markets. Down there, people don't seem so happy. This means you're right. There's a lot of talk of contracts. It seems Logic's been locking down its workers, giving them the war in their system as an excuse. They play with their metal straws, swirling the orbs with liquid in their sealed glass. Pressure is building, Sleeper. We shouldn't hang around here much longer, they sigh. Well, the problem is we have no pilot. Well, Bliss raised an eyebrow. It sounds like I'm not the only outsider who's been hanging out in Chasm Row. I heard someone complaining about a rude young man asking too many questions. Bliss smiles. Who else could that be? They laugh. That's the place to start if you want to find our boy. They said he was asking about the rhyme market, but I have no idea what that is. Bliss looks out across the bar. Definitely a touchy subject for locals, though. I'll head there now. Bliss nods. I'll finish my drink this well. Let me know how it goes. Oh, well, thanks. You leave the cutwater, shouldering your way through a crowd of boisterous contractors. There is a conspiratorial mood to the conversations now that Bliss has mentioned it, and you wonder what all the talk is about. You hear a bellowing laugh from Eugen as you slip out of the door. Better leave him to it. You feel the sudden cold as you leave the steaming bar and one of the icy passages cut into the asteroid itself. All this water in the hands of a single syndicate. If something goes wrong here, the belt will die of thirst long before the war reaches it. You turn up the collar of your jacket against the cold and head for Chasm Row. New places. Awesome. I want to say what the pithead's about. The ice extraction facility. With Logic Pass, like any of the workers or syndicate members carry, you should be able to gain access. Ooh, I don't have that though. Also, I can get fuel here, which is nice because I fucking need some. I need someone. I need a place to work too. Good water. Buy a meal and work a shift at the bar. The readily available water means Wellspring is ran with hydroponics. The cut water serves slow-cooked tomato and pepper stews. Oh, that sounds nice. The cut water is a boisterous workers' bar filled with miners fresh from the pithead. They always need staff to fill in for those on shift. I'll help. I need the money. Not entirely sure that was a smart investment, but fuck it. Depot, I need fuel. And supplies. Oh god, this isn't good. The Logic Syndicate manufactures its own fuel from Wellspring's water, so it's a little cheaper than elsewhere. Oh, that's nice. Depot shift. Or depot, and fucking hell. Most of the Syndicate workers are at the pithead, so the supply depot offers shifts to passing spaces who want the extra cryo. That would be fantastic, but I don't have the... I don't have the right class to deal with that. Oh, that's gonna bite me in the arse. Again. Find the Rhyme Market. Bliss said Seraphim was hunting the Rhyme Market. Whatever it is, you'll need to get to know the area and its hidden ways to find it. A hidden rhyme. Seraphim was apparently asking about the Rhyme Market, whatever that is. I like how often the game has gone, whatever that is. Find it and you'll find your pilot. By supplies, you can find all kind of produce in Chasm Row. So with a bit of work and bartering, you can assemble your own supplies, and if you have to cry, they can fill in a single order. Lovely. Not much I can do then. The main thing I want to do is get a bit of work in so I can get more money. And now we appear to be completely safe from Blaine finding us. That's good. No, we want the fuel mostly. How much is it to get back to where we need to go? Oh, because I downed my pilot, I won't know. I think it was like 6 to get here. So that should be fine then, right? I don't know. I don't know, boys. Or girls, or non-binary people. I don't know my audience. Mostly because it's not a really big one. Food as well, we should get food. Lovely. Okay. I may as well reroll. No? Alright. Let's just use the dice we have then, sod it. See if we can advance this at all. Okay. Glitch? Do I use glitch? I'll use glitch. It kind of worked, although I lost some money out of it. Not too pleased about that. We'll focus on supplies now. Lovely stuff. Oh yeah, I can, repair dice. Oh, that's only if a dice is fully broken, right. Well, don't have to worry about that then. Let's see if we can get us a bit more money. Without dying would be nice. Okay, well fuck me, I guess. Okay, just need the neutral roll, please. We did it! The markets of Chasm Row have become familiar in past cycles. Their steaming orange-lit depths, the persistent condensation on each unit's windows, the gleam of the amber worker suits, each contributing to the particular atmosphere of this buried city. But among this, you have noticed other details too. The freelance crews on the hunt for illicit tech, the conversing workers who drop to a whisper when you pass, the light flickering up through floor grates, suggesting even deeper layers. Layers? Layers. Layers. These are the details you have followed to the Rhine Market, a place discussed in hushed tones in dimly lit, and as you drift towards what you know to be one of its entrances, the door bursts open in front of you. A large dark bundle glides out of the door and impacts the metal wall of the passage with an echoing bang, but your eyes are drawn by the imposing figure that hovers in the doorway, bracing himself on the frame. Kirk! No, this isn't the guy I'm thinking it is. I'm getting him mixed up with someone else. Stay out of the Rhine Market, rat, the man sends an orb of spit spinning out of the bundle. Imposing Lotic syndicate worker. Hey, Seraphim. The bundle unfolds and you suddenly recognize Seraphim, winded but straightening up to go back for more. May as well stop him. You rush up in front of Seraphim, and as you do, he tries to kick off from the wall back into the fight. You block him and he suddenly switches his angry glare to you. Stay out of the sleeper. What are you doing? Know when you're beaten, rat, the man calls out. It's time to go home and lick your wounds. Seraphim exhales in frustration, his anger fading, replaced by the stinging pain of his injuries. You watch a perfectly round blob of blood form at the bottom of his nose. You want to explain what's happening? For the record, the man folds his arms. This one started it. He looks between the two of you, sniffing around and meeting like a rat. You see his sharp eyes recalculating the situation since your arrival. I wasn't snooping, I'm looking for someone, Seraphim glares. If you'd taken a minute to talk to me before throwing a punch, maybe you would have got that. The man scratches at his beard, squinting at Seraphim. Say I believe you. What were you doing at the meeting then? Missing persons ain't our business. All I heard is this is where the Lotic contractors meet, Seraphim sighs. I don't like you hearing that, not at all, and we're going to need to ask you who told you that later, he straightens up. But yeah, this is where the contractors meet, as if that's anything to you. The person I'm looking for is a contractor, Seraphim's frustration rises again. She uses the cover name Luz. He pauses, a desperation entering his voice. Please. I think she might be my sister. Something changes in the man's stance. He holds up a massive hand to silence Seraphim and looks down the passage in both directions. Not here, he retreats through the door. Get in. As you both enter, he reaches past you and slams the metal door behind, spinning the locking wheel with one hand. I'm Kirk, he grunts, pointing at himself with a thick thumb. Contractors are my concern, but if Lotic catch us discussing a contract out of there, he shakes his head. He turns and leads you down the passage. You pass an open door and you glance inside to see a group gathered in a circle, all of them in workers' clothes. They are speaking in hushed voices. One of them exchanges a nod with Kirk. Let's not interrupt the meeting anymore, shall we? He glares playfully at Seraphim, who remains silent. Kirk leads you to the side of a massive vertical metal pipe, with a rough hole cut in the side. He beckons you both aside. You descend through the pipe in silence and darkness. Suddenly, you come out through the ceiling of a wide and low hall. As far as you can see, crooked stalls and makeshift shelters dot the ground floor, lit by scavenged lanterns and light strips. Steam drifts up through the grates, concealing the room so that you cannot see the walls. Welcome to the Rhine Market. Kirk gestures a thick hand at the ramshackle interior. Lotic don't know about this place, he smiles. Let's get a drink. He leads you off to a nearby stall with a set of improvised stools welded to the floor in front. I hope he's a crewman because, like, he's a big dude. He hooks his legs onto one, and you and Seraphim follow suit. He holds up 3 fingers to the stall's owner, and a drink and a straw-pierced packet is handed to each of you. Seraphim looks skeptically at the drink. We friends now or something? Look, Kirk takes a sip. I'm not going to apologize for putting you on your ass. Oh, he's British! Awesome! That's on you, but like I said, I represent the contractors, and if someone is part of the family, well, he shrugs his massive shoulders, then they deserve to be heard out at least. You know who we're looking for? Luz, he said. I know Luz, sure. Describe her, Kirk leans back in his stall. I'm not giving you anything more until you prove she's your sister. Seraphim closes his eyes. Dark hair, used to wear it long and messy. Bright eyes, broad shoulders. You see a little twitch around his eyes as he recalls. Tough but kind. Tattoos, nervous laugh. He opens his eyes and glares at Kirk. That enough? Kirk sniffs. Yep, that's her. You feel something jump in Seraphim. An almost imperceptible tension rising. It's her. His sister. Luz, Kirk speaks slowly, drinking between, or whatever her real name is one of the contractors here. She's part of the most recent contracts Logic registered. That means. Just tell me where she is, Seraphim demands, his impatience getting the better of him. As I was saying, Kirk gives Seraphim a pointed look, those new contractors are restricted to the pithead. In fact, that is what we were discussing when you interrupted our meeting. Seraphim looks away in frustration but holds his tongue. Since the war, the Logic Syndicate has been trying to lock down Wellspring. They went from a loose association of mining groups to an autocracy, and started enforcing contracts with some seriously overreaching terms. Your sister? She's on one of those contracts. Logic are acting like they own her and the others because, according to the contracts, they do. Which is exactly what we want to do something about. The cycle, you forcefully tasked the bar with a finger. We are voting on strike action and a full blockade of Flotsam. We will bring the Syndicate to the table to... Seraphim knocks his drink away and kicks off from the table, disappearing into the market. I mean, I might as well stay with Kirk, see if I can get him on the crew, because, again, we need more people. Kirk watches Seraphim go with a disappointed look in his eyes. Your friend will go to the Logic Syndicate, I know it, he said from his drink. They won't help him there, Kirk's bright eyes meet yours. The Syndicate will do nothing for him, or for you, trust me. I want to help you, Sleeper. I want to help your friend, but I need your help in return. Yeah, I want to help. Good, Kirk nods. I knew you would. Kirk places a plastic pass card in your hands, and it glints with the mark of the Logic Syndicate, a blurry ID photo laminated into its transparent interior. This will get you into the pithead. You can see for yourself what's happening there. Don't follow your friend to Logic. Go to the pithead, find lose yourself. Just lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. That song's been on my mind lately for some reason. It's a banger to me there. You meet your eye. When you do, come back to me and we can discuss how to free her and everyone else like her. If you go to Logic, if you meet with them, I can't help you. He releases your forearm and drifts back into the crowd, disappearing into the steam and darkness. Please be a crew member, I like you. And you're British. You catch up with Seraphim in the bustle of the Rye Market, among the steam and crowds. I can't have been the only one who saw this pitch coming a mile off. Sorry, saw his pitch coming a mile off. Seraphim's bristling with anger. What kind of idiots does he think we are? Is that what this is about? This is about getting my sister out of whatever mess she's gotten into. Seraphim starts to push through the crowd towards the exit tunnel. We need to speak to Logic. Forget these clowns. He shows his way forward. We don't need to get tied up in this, we just need to get her out. Seraphim forges on ahead and you get caught in the crowd behind him. As he disappears from view, you curse his impatience. You float there for a moment, buffeted by passing people, clutching onto the Logic pass, trying to decide what to do next. Ooh, new place. The Rye Markets. The scrap components are bundled up in nets, most of them corroded beyond use, but with a careful eye some good ones can be picked out. And buy rare components. The Rye Market lives up to its reputation, offering the rarest of tech for those that can afford it. I think this would be a good place to go to if I need to get stuff to repair dice then. Oh yeah, I can get fuel as well, I think. No, that's not what I need. Damn it. Still don't have Seraphim, I need him. He's my pilot. Ooh. Okay. So let's see what the options are. I mean, I could do both. Oh, fuck. With the Logic pass like any other workers... Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't think I need it for this then. Negotiate a meeting. Seraphim wants to meet with the Syndicate bosses to negotiate assistance release. He needs your help. Syndicate business. Getting a meeting with the higher ranking members of the Lotus Syndicate is a challenge, but you aren't giving up. I don't have any dice to do that, but I'll get some soon. Ooh. Your promised meeting was postponed due to crisis talk. This is going nowhere. This isn't going to get me much. Oh! Alright. This isn't going to get me much. Damn it. It was worth a shot. I mean, I got enough dice, that's all. Get me some money. Yeah, this is probably a dumb risk. Paid off though. Wait, why did I back out? I meant to go and get some food. There we go. I mean, we're fine on rare components, I think. Let's not, like, spend any money on that. I don't think we need to. There we go. Surfing glaze ahead of you into the domed interior of Lobster Corporation. I'm gonna redo my hair, because holy hell, it's gone crazy. Reason to pause my Let's Plays. Like, reason one. Like, new competitor, by the way. Parents. That's reason one. Coming. There is if I. No reason. Because my. Back. That should be fine. Serving glaze ahead of you into the domed interior of Lotus Corporations. All around you, different administration units like shipping containers are stacked in clumped groups. Each assemblage of containers, or assemblage is a good word, is marked with a sigil and a colour, a marker of the Syndicate's origins as a conglomerate of multiple independent mining crews. But you aren't headed for any of these symbolic modules. Instead, you move towards the central steel grey cylinder, ringed with windows, the main administrative body of the Syndicate's joint operations. The way the Screen Monolith towers over the other units seems to tell the story of where the Lotus Syndicate has ended up better than any history could. Seraphim leads you through the doors, into the lobby. He has a driven energy you don't remember seeing before, although you wonder if this is how he was in the cycles that led up to your escape. You're not sure you'll ever know. As you both— oh god, okay. Sorry, Malik. I mean, if the question comes up, I'm just gonna tell him the truth. As you both enter, you immediately see a figure waiting for you. I believe you have an inquiry about it. His eyes drift to you and you recognize their sharpness. A tight laugh escapes his lips. It's you! Hi, Malik. Sorry, man. Seeing Malik's face brings it all back. The contract on the ice asteroid and its suboptimal conclusion. I mean, that was intentional. Game made me do it. It's suboptimal conclusion. You wonder how he managed to get the spring tide out of the far middle without incident. Let's see, he made it. Malik smirked slightly. I don't believe you contributed to that outcome, unfortunately. Seraphim cuts in impatiently. This isn't about us, this is about my sister. The contractor is your sister. Malik looks between the two of you. I see. Well, if you were willing to pay off a contract, I could see that she was released. Don't you pay her? Well, yes, Malik pauses, but she is signed to a minimum term. If she were to break this contract, the full value of said contract would become due. He shows you his palms. She knows this. Not to mention that, as the Elotic Syndicate has become the chief water provider in the belt since the Inter-System War began, all minimum term contracts are locked in until the point. Seraphim holds up her hands, and Malik trails off. Just tell us how much. Malik speaks slowly, burning time. I would need to discuss this with our supervising manager, but we are talking about thousands of cryo and extraction value being lost to... Suddenly, a bright and harsh alarm sounds inside the Elotic building, and a comms transmitter on Malik's belt begins to chirp with static and rapid voices. He lifts it to his ear, turning away from both of you. He speaks in hushed tones as you and Seraphim exchange glances. He turns back, his eyes darting between you with new nervousness. I'm sorry, but we'll have to continue this another time. There is an urgent situation at the pit head. He turns to leave. What happened? No, you aren't backing out of this, Seraphim cut you off. Do you know how long it took us to get to speak to someone? I'm sorry, but this is an urgent situation. Malik shrugs apologetically. I need to go. What situation? Seraphim's anger is growing. Malik sighs. A strike has been called at the pit head, effective immediately. And the contractors are attempting to blockade Wellspring. He looks over his shoulder towards the door. It seems they've taken control of some of our tankers. You see something change in Seraphim's face, his anger becoming a quiet determination. We can help, he stares Malik down. We can break the blockade. You look across at him, but he doesn't break his stare from Malik. I'ma let him cook. Lotic doesn't need to get their hands dirty here. Let us do it. You see a calculation taking place in Malik's mind, analysing the outcomes, the advantages and disadvantages. Like, this dude's smart, dude. Like, Malik's clever. I can imagine your terms, a smirk crosses his lips, but how could you achieve this? By rolling dice. There's no way they have enough ships to blockade this place. Seraphim is thinking on his feet. My bet is there's a gap, we just need to find it. Then once we mark the route, it's business as usual, and they can't do a thing about it. A smile slowly spreads across Malik's face. It's a sensible gambit, he pauses. Of course, we'd want complete deniability. But if you find us a route through the blockade, your sister is free. Seraphim nods. That's a deal. You'll need to be able to navigate the debris field. I will instruct our ship lifters to equip you with a HazNav suite. Yay! We get one! They will install it immediately, consider it a deposit for the job. Malik's comms link squawks again. I have to go. You do this and I will give you what you want. With that, he lifts the receiver to his ear and glides away into the interior of the building. Seraphim is silent as you leave, heading back out to the White Dome, Logic members rushing back and forth across it. Do you really want to break a strike? I don't live it, but since when do we have the luxury of choosing a contract? Seraphim makes for the exit. We do what we can for our own. That's it. As you follow behind, you wonder where this path will take you. Is Malik to be trusted? I don't think so. You don't know, but you have the sinking feeling that you are too far in to back out now. New contracts. Hope I can use the passive if I come back here. Refuel? I'll get a supply really quick. No, that's not where I get them. Oh yeah, I have enough. Alright. Sneaky extra bit of money. I mean, I basically just got back the money and one extra cryo from what I just spent, so, you know. I say we rest and then we head to the next contract. Okay, well first I have to use the bathroom, and then I'll do that. Okay, should be good. Back from the bathroom. Debris field. This section of the debris field is the only possible route through the blockade, but it needs to be scouted before tankers can be sent through. Requirement, debris field route, payment, Tala release. So Tala is the sister's real name. Nice name. Okay. I think Bliss and Eugen would be the smart options. Although Junie's been massively useful, but I haven't used Bliss in a bit. So yeah, Eugen and Bliss. Last leg sleeper. Servant brings the ship to a slow stop near a scattering of asteroids surrounded by rocky debris. Over the past cycle, you have been working through your way through the maze of the debris field. Your new Hasnav suite guiding you on a path large enough for a low-tech tanker to squeeze through. Now, as the field narrows before its terminus, you are at the final thin corridor that will mark the route's end. 3 more beacons, then it's done. Seraphin sighs. He has been unusually quiet on this journey, and you can sense there is something eating away at him with each beacon placed. What's bothering you? He takes a deep breath and you feel for a moment that he's eager to stay silent, to shut you down. But then something small and significant within him breaks, and he begins to speak. My sister's name, her real name, is Tala, he pauses. And what's bothering me is that in all this, no one could care less about her. Lotic and this council of workers are at war over Wellspring, not over Tala. Not over the people, but over the power. Nothing anyone says can convince me otherwise, he sniffs. I'm sick to death of it. I'll be happy when we are far away from here and Tala is safe. That's it. Seraphin goes silent and the silence grows unbearably. The last 3 beacons are prepped and down in the hold, Seraphin flatly states. Last part of the job is to find 3 good rocks to stick them in. Enough to guide those tankers to the open space beyond. Get it done. He leans back and closes his eyes. You slip out the corridor and glide down through the airlock. Bliss is getting titted up. As much as I'm happy for that Hasnav Lotic gifted us, Bliss sighs, I'm not sure it's worth becoming a strikebreaker for. This shit you will look. Feels like we're on the wrong side of this thing, Sleeper, if I can be honest here. We're doing what we need to do. Thinking size is a luxury, right? Bliss sighs. Doesn't make you feel any better though. I don't feel good about it, to be honest. Don't overthink it, Sleeper. Eugen drifts into the room and pulls out the suit. Try to chart a moral path through the belt and you won't last a cycle, he shrugs. We're freeing one of our own, that's what matters. Lotic and Kirk's council loom large in your mind as you get ready. 2 systems grinding against each other and you caught in the middle. What more can you do than look after your own? You slide on your suit. Time to finish the job. Okay. Entry asteroid waypoint rock, split asteroid treacherous rock, and exit asteroid final marker. Let's try and do them in order if we can. Cuts core. A more aggressive approach to finding a site for the beacon is to make one by cutting a shaft into the rock to find the solid core. Scan asteroid. One way to find a solid rocky part of the asteroid to embed the beacon in is to scan it, but it'll be a slow process. Secure site. A solid rocky substrate is needed to make sure the beacon on this asteroid is securely fixed in place. Well, I've got the dice, so I may as well use them. Is Bliss reliable for this? No. Can you give me another one, Eugen? Eugen, you beauty! Okay, what about the next one? Oh, damn, alright. Gonna be a long one. Rather than battle with the dangerous debris, it may be possible to create a shield for the beacon site out of scrap. Clear debris, that's for construct shielding. Clear debris, this fractured asteroid is surrounded by a cloud of debris. Clearing some of it will help create a safe site for the beacon. Shielded site of the beacon on this asteroid will need to be shielded from the rain of debris that swirls around the rock. Well, this is my best bet right now. And it's good! Oh! I can plant the beacon. Alright, I'll just do that now. A site has been chosen. I just need to plant the nav beacon that the tankers will use to navigate the corridor. Alright. May as well do it as we go along. Yeah, end cycle. Yeah, this is the one we're doing. Not the best dice right now, not happy about that. I'll take neutral outcomes. Why, game? Why would you do that? I'll take neutral. Sorry, did you say negative? No, game, I didn't. Eh. I don't want to cause any more stress, but Eugen? Shit, I shouldn't have done that. Alright. We may as well go to the exit asteroid to see what we can plant down. Not a lot, turns out. So it's about the same. Yeah, I'll read into that later. We need to recycle though. Hey, way better dice. All better dice for me, but you know. Okay, Eugen, if you can get a positive. 50-50 chance. Hell yeah, okay. Beacon 2. One more. Ooh! Alright. Sleeper, come to the rig. You need to hear this. The message comes cold and clipped through your comms, and you make a beeline for the ship. As you drift through the debris, you try not to let your imagination get the better of you. Could Lane come all the way out here? Surely not. Even so, a cold shiver runs down your spine. You rush into the cockpit, your suit still on, to find Seraphine sitting quietly in the flight seats, a voice booming around the room. Sleeper, Kirk's voice crackles. The signal must be traveling some distance. I know that's you. Speak to me, please. Seraphine looks back at you. Looks like our friend is getting desperate. He shakes his hand. Sorry, shakes his head. What do you want to do? Well, I got no reason not to answer. Seraphine presses the transmit button, and you let Kirk know you're listening. Sleeper, I knew you would see sense. Kirk takes a breath. I know what Logic promised you, and I know you are out there trying to find a way to bypass the blockade. I also know I can't stop you. From what I can see, you have 2 beacons in place and we have no ships to spare. I'd be very sure that I am not threatening you. But I do have someone here, someone who would like to speak to you and that scrappy pilot of yours. Oh no. You and Seraphine exchange puzzled glances. What is he playing at? Allah. Sarah? A soft voice comes through the speakers, wavering as it does. Sarah? Are you there? Seraphine's bright-eyed sister. Seraphine freezes, his eyes wide, his head down. It's her sister. You wait, Seraphine does not move. Sarah? I know it's you. I'm looking for you. Maybe you know that too. Another pause. That's how I ended up here, working for Lotec. That doesn't matter now, though, Sarah. Sorry, that doesn't matter now, though, Sarah. Because Kirk told me what you're out there doing, and you think you're doing it for me. The transmission stutters and distorts, and you realize it must be coming from Wellspring. Sarah, I would like to tell you to stop. The cockpit is deathly still, the only sound the rumble of white noise on the open channel. Pardon me. I'm not the only one suffering, and if you support Lotec, then Seraphine's hand comes down hard on the console and the transmission goes silent. You hear his breath heavy in the quiet cockpit. I'm manipulating you. She's right. I don't know. Why didn't you say anything? Shut up, Seraphine Steps. Just shut up for a second. He closes his eyes, breathing deeply. That was her. That was definitely my sister. He takes a breath. But that's all we know. Kirk could be manipulating her, he could be forcing her to speak. Severin stumbles over his words. We know he'll do anything to stop us if he trails off unable to complete the force. We should finish the job. We keep going, Severin shakes his head. We keep going and then we go back. Lota can get her out. If Kirk has her, they can get rid of Kirk. She'll be okay. He's muttering to himself now and it makes you uneasy. No, that's enough. Severin meets your eye and you see the fear in him. Tala doesn't want this. Something in what you say seems to snap Seraphin out of his thoughts. Seraphin frowns at the debris field in the cockpit windows. I've led us astray, Sleeper. We shouldn't be out here, Seraphin sighs. We can't be out here, Tala's right. This is not how this shit ends. He looks down at his hands, rubbing them together, then up at the cockpit windows. We're leaving, Sleeper. Call everyone back, now. You should call Tala. I'm going to do one better, Seraphin fingers the sort process of the rig main drive. We're going to go see her. You nod. Job is over. Oh no, it just... okay. Alright. The cut thrums with tension. The steaming city and its brash inhabitants have quietened, not to silence but to a low rumble of conversation. The blockade is holding, the syndicate is waning, and everywhere there are plans to be made. You and Seraphin float idly in Chasm Row, many stories deep in this wound in Wellspring side. Waiting on Kirk not far from the first place you met him, and meeting Seraphin still has lingering bruises from. Not much has passed between the two of you since you abandoned the Lota contract midway through and burned back to Wellspring. You half expected to be arrested on arrival, but it seems the Lota syndicate is too caught up in the current crisis to notice you. Or perhaps Malik never expected you to fulfill the deal in the first place. Maybe you were just a sideshow to the struggle ahead. A potential boom, but little more. Either way, it seems Seraphin's mind is on one thing and one thing alone, his sister. You hope his frosty silence is a side effect of that and not a reflection of your relationship, because without him, you realise you really will be alone in the belt. Alright, we're on. Kirk comes out of a passenger by, nodding to the two of you to follow. He leads you both into the Rye Market passageways, this time not to the steaming market hall that lies beneath the deeper streets, but to a cramped room, walled with pipes and rusted panels. Just a little longer, he nods to you both. Hold here. He exchanges a serious look with you before pushing off and gliding out of the room. Gliding back out of the room. You watch Kirk go, your relationship having settled into a quiet and mutual respect. His eyes are on bigger things now, workers' councils and contract negotiations. You know that. Perhaps one cycle ahead you'll find a moment to drink together once again and discuss everything that's happened. For now, Kirk has other things on his mind. Seraphin settles again. You shoot him a look, but his focus is elsewhere. His eyes glazed over. He folds your arms and wait. Sarah? Tala enters so quietly that, in the dim room, you barely notice her. You look at Tala, her eyes bright but her manner withdrawn for the first time. As you do, she meets your eye, and you see a flicker of recognition there. It is something silent, something subtle, but you feel it. Wait, hang on. Hold up. The name's familiar. She was! Holy shit! That was the woman that ran the... Tala! I knew the name was familiar. She was the one that ran the bar that we worked at most of for the first game. Holy shit. It is so good to see you again. Oh my god, you were probably my favorite character for the first game. Well, you were one of them. Holy shit, that is a good way to link it to the event of the first game. I should have noticed sooner, like... I felt like something was up. I'm really fucking happy right now, dude. I wouldn't have picked up on it if the game didn't mention the flicker of recognition. I was like, no, this game's saying something, I've got to look into it. Holy shit, though. Tala, Seraphin says a name like a sigh, like an exhale. He's shaking his head, his eyes already shining with uncontrollable emotion. She rushes across the room, flying into Seraphim at speed. They embrace, softly spinning the dust and dark, their fingers dug into each other's backs. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, I've got a soft heart, I know. I don't fucking care. They separate, a couple of pristine spheres of briny tears spinning away through the air as they do. You're safe, Seraphim nods, taking a breath. I'm safe, she smiles reassuringly, settling him. And in the settling, this gesture of care, you see a whole network of signs and secrets. Tala is the calm to Seraphim's storm, the big sister who eases his heart. Oh, I thought it was going to be little sister, but no, she's big sister. Cool. She looks him up and down. You are so big, Sarah, she laughs at her own statements. You've grown up. She tries to make it sound approving rather than patronizing. Sorry, approving, not approving. You're just the same, sister, Seraphim shakes his head, calling me big but making me feel small. The moment the statement leaves his lips, you feel a chill in the room, and you aren't sure if he meant it. Tala flinches a little, hurt but not wanting to show it. I came to find you, Tala tries again. I needed to find you. Seraphim looks torn, and you see in him something you have come to recognize. The slow and careful raising of his defenses. What now? He looks away. Not a long time, Tala. Mom and Dad finally decide they want me to come home? A ripple of emotion runs through Tala, one she can't hide. Sarah, after you left, they're gone. She sighs. I thought you would have... She struggles to find the words. It's been a long time. It has. Seraphim sets his face into a stern look of control, but you know he's raging inside. And in this moment, you feel closer to him than you have felt in a while. Tala folds her arms, trying to regain a little control of the exchange. It's good to see you, Sarah. So good. You know what's coming, and you can see Seraphim embrace for it too. But I can't leave with you. She looks pained. This isn't easy for her, either. Seraphim can only nod, a dulling acceptance washing over him. I wanted to find you, and I have, and I can see you're strong and well, and... You see to you a glance. You have your life here. But the people here, the other contractors, they were the ones who found me, who have kept me going since I ended up here desperate and alone, she smiles warmly. It's not that I owe them, it's that they are my family too. Hey, hold up, so the entire, one of the main plot lines of the first one, right, is that I think they sort of, destroyed the eye or left the eye completely abandoned near the end, and Tala obviously used to work there, right? So, is this where she went after that happened? Because I don't think the eye is even a thing in the second game. Because it was the only setting in the first one. So, it would make a lot of sense that this is where she wound up after all that happened. She gently places a hand on his shoulder. I know you understand this, she smiles at you. We all find our families out here. Seraphim smiles a rare smile, his eyes wet. We do, sister. He embraces her again. They separate and Tala turns her attention to you. I know you will take care of my brother, Sleeper, she smiles. Kirk told me about your crew. She approaches and puts a hand on your shoulder. I can see you're building something of value on that ship of yours. I hope so. He nods and takes her hand away. He folds her arms again, her sense of control returning. There is a wisdom and experience to Tala that brings a certain calm to you, and you feel that now. Will you two be staying here for a while, or... Tala looks between you and Seraphim. Seraphim cuts him before you can answer. Not long, he smiles. We have our own freedom to find. Tala nods. Just be aware, you're free to pass the blockade, but after that, she sighs, Wellspring is going to be locked down for a little while. At least until Kirk can establish his council. Next time you come, she smiles proudly, this will be a very different place. Hearing Tala say this, you suddenly see the authority in her, and realize that one of those council seats may well have her name on it. Yo, she moved up in the world if that's the case. You look between the two of them and realize they have years to catch up on, and they'd probably rather do that without you watching. You nod to them and slip out of the room, a lilting conversation starting at the moment you leave. As you follow the twisting corridors back up to Chasm Row, you smile to yourself at the thought of Tala and Seraphim reunited at last. You hope this whole adventure will make Seraphim a little less moody, even though, you know, deep down it'll probably make him worse. The game is so sassy towards him. On your way into the rig, you pass a tired-looking Eugen. We heading out, he sighs, because I'm not sure I've got another chit left to wager. How much did you lose? He squints at his fingers for a second, making calculations. Too much, he shrugs. Gonna strap myself in for a nap. He disappears into the berths. Later in the cycle, Seraphim quietly comes back to the rig. He immediately settles himself in the cockpit and starts running diagnostics on the engines. He looks up as you enter and shoots you a smile. Good to see you up here, Sleeper. Getting ready to head out. How are you doing? I'm good, Sleeper. Really good. He flicks the sequence of switches. Sleeper, Seraphim turns to face you. Thank you, he smiles. I appreciate you bringing us all the way out here. I won't forget it. Will Tola be okay? She's found a place here, and I'm really happy for her. He looks away out of the cockpit windows at Wellspring. He always was the responsible one, and I was always the one running away. I guess some things never change. Seraphim quietly watches the diagnostics complete, a subtle smile on his lips. One thing is for sure, we've been here too long, Seraphim meets your eye. And we've been seen by too many people. Wellspring may be far out of Utsubo territory, but I'm sure Lane will find a way to reach his nasty claws out here given enough time. Let's not give him the chance. Hey guys, Blister's voice echoes up through the passage into the cockpit. They lean in the door looking between the two of you. Two contractors just dumped a load of fuel outside our ship, said it was a gift. You and Seraphim look at each other. Gotta be Kirk, Seraphim gets up. It's either a thank you or his way of telling us to get going. Seraphim kicks off and glides out of the cockpit. Hey so, Bliss smiles. Well, you two have been busy, so have I. Been looking at the rig's drive and I reckon it's due an upgrade. We'll need engine components quite a few, so keep an eye out, Bliss shrugs. Shipyards tend to be a good place to look. Thanks, Bliss. Bliss winks. Any time, they say. Better go help Seraphim with that fuel. As Bliss leaves the cockpit, you find yourself lost in thought, considering your next step while the icy expanse of Wellspring glitters below. You are free to leave Wellspring. You now have a HasNav unit installed and can freely travel through debris fields on the belt map. Lovely.